Okay, let's see if this works as intended. I see that I'm live now, but I want to see if it sounds good. I see that I'm live now, but I want to see if it sounds good. I see that I'm live now, but I want to see if it sounds good. It does sound good. I hate when you have to listen to yourself and then it repeats on you. I hate that. Trying to eat a snack and do things at the same time here. Okay, you can see a black screen, but that's completely normal. Now, if I go to my Windows capture, you will see something pop up. You're browsing at the guess. Yeah, it's because when you're live streaming, you are streaming your guesses. Alright, so since this is a test, why don't I test myself out? Alright, first I have to remember that my laptop screen is basically just for looking at chat and making sure everything is working well, which it is. For everything I'm displaying, I have to look at my big monitor, which is next to me. Now, in a normal every single day when you're doing a forecast, or if you're, you know, going to start to do a forecast, my Professor Dr. Colby always says to do this. If I know how to spell, which I don't. Right now, I don't. What are the current conditions across the region? Let's look at Worcester Airport. Temperatures got down about 65 and now it's rising all the way up to about 80 right now. The relative humidity is down toward 40%. So how much moisture, dry air to moisture in the air is down below 50%. So it's not that bad in terms of relative humidity, but the dew point temperatures in the 60s, dropping down to the 50s. So it's not really sticky outside, but with it being in the 80s, it would feel a little sticky. But in a general standpoint, right now, it's not too bad out there. The relative humidity is down to 40, as you can see right there, and the dew point temperatures in the around 55. So it's not that bad outside right now. For some people, it may be terrible, but for a general standpoint, it's not too bad out there. This is how you're supposed to start a forecast every single day, looking at the current conditions. Because if you don't know where you're gonna start, you won't be able to figure out how things are gonna progress. And does everything look pretty good? Yeah, on stream it looks like everything is a little bit too small. Almost looks like some of this detail here has been lost, but it almost looks good. Now, excuse me for like eating a few chips, but I'm working more than I normally do on my days off. The winds are now gusting up to 20 miles per hour up in Worcester, as you can see right here, out of the northeast. Clear skies. Now, I wouldn't say this is clear skies because the airports only can go so high. I don't know how high the automated systems work, but it's saying clear skies because there's no clouds that it can see. But to verify if it actually is clear skies, let's go to the actual satellite. Let's go over to our region here. Yes, it is clear skies. There's absolutely no clouds in the sky, little puffy clouds because of the winds going over the mountains. So we have confirmed that it is actually clear skies outside. But okay, now that I know it's clear skies, it's warm, winds out of the north northeast. How are we gonna progress from here? I know. This is a good place to start. Let's look out to the west a little bit. And I gotta remember to switch tabs here. Alright, let's see. It looks like right here we have a little low pressure system out here. I think we have southwest winds here, southwest winds off this little low pressure system here. We got lots of clear sky without the region here. So let's look at the 500 millibar analysis. That cutoff low that was giving us clouds and cloudy, unsettled weather is moved offshore. We have a ridge building here, as you can see. This is a big ridge that's building here. We have pretty much westerly, northwesterly, westerly flow, even north flow from this cutoff low. So it's featuring dry, warm air pretty much today. There's really going to be no muggy, oppressive humidity until this front or low pressure system pushes in the humidity. So for today and tomorrow, it's going to be hot with highs in the mid 80s toward 90 both days, but for the oppressive humidity up in the 70s, that's not going to happen until the front moves through on Monday afternoon into Monday morning into the afternoon. Then we get oppressive humidity. But at that time there, the sun will be gone due to the clouds and showers and thunderstorms moving in for the region. So it's not going to be that bad, but yes, it is going to be pretty humid. This front ain't gonna move in, like I said, until Monday, so we're just gonna be seeing sunny, warm conditions, but not too oppressively humid for the next several days. So I already did a forecast on my blog site, and speaking of my blog site, why don't I show it off? Which, since this is a guest browser, I'm gonna have to actually go into my actual browser that knows what I'm typing in. Hmm. Which you probably can't see that because I don't have it set up for that. Let's just back my stream up to see what happened. No, I'm just watching the stream window right there. Yep, good. It did exactly what I thought it was going to do. I went on to another screen and it showed that screen, but it was inactive. Okay, good. That worked. So this is my blog site. I know I am called Abundant Fun on YouTube, but in my sense of weather stuff, my name is WXRG96, meaning weather. My initials and my basically 96 is where I was born. It's basically just like an ID. It's basically a good idea of who I am. I am a meteorologist, which WX means, and then I got my initials and my date of birth. So I think that's a perfect way of describing who I am, basically. This is my weather blog, which I forecast. You have seen me live stream too about the whole entire region here. This is my recent forecast, so no wonder why I know why it's supposed to be hot the next couple of days. Because, yes, I did forecast for about 3 or 4 hours yesterday, and then this was reflecting my forecast down here for the rest of the week here. So this forecast right here, I was reflecting to it and realized that I did a pretty good job, but some of the details were a little bit off. But if I was forecasting that far out, I knew it was going to be off. So that's why I said down here. To be completely honest, there's a lot of variability in the forecast, which there was because I thought there was supposed to be a cold front moving in Wednesday into Thursday, but that didn't occur, and we barely got any rain without the whole entire event of the week. The only time we got rain was Wednesday morning and early afternoon, and other than that, we didn't get any rain out of this. Everything stayed to the west and south and west, so we pretty much got nothing out of that. And if you watch this live stream, that is indeed my full website link here, which I try to do forecasting at least a few times a week. But when you have a full-time job, right, you don't have much energy to do this. But that's why I'm live streaming today because I actually have time to myself to do some live streaming. So I figured that I test it out since I'm too lazy to get my streaming software back on my computer. Now I kind of actually do have my streaming software on my computer now, so I can't complain to myself that I can't live stream. Now, without further ado, that's how my meteorology professor said that when you start with a forecast, you got to look at your current conditions because if you don't know what's going on in your current conditions, how can you progress the current conditions forward? So let's just play this out a little bit. I know the satellite was having some issues, as you can see earlier. As you can see, if I try to eliminate all these stupid flickering things, as you can see here, it looks like fair weather clouds are coming in as the wind is going over the mountains, and air goes all over the mountains and create clouds as it cools. So we have fair weather clouds throughout the whole entire region. Let's see. See these clouds forming on these mountains here? They all moving south, as you can see here. And the high clouds are moving to these north to south here. You can see that these are higher clouds because they are more, you know, more fizzy like these clouds. High clouds are more, ice crystal. You can tell the difference right here. See, this satellite shows that these are more ice clouds. That's why it turns into a little bit of blue. The high clouds are moving with the upper level flow, and the low clouds that are forming in the mountains are moving. It's kind of hard. It looks like they're mainly moving from south to north there. So if we stop this for a second, the air down here is moving north to south, and this is moving northwest to southeast. Let's see if I'm right here. Let's look at wind vectors. As you can see, the winds are moving from the south here, and then it's moving to the north here. So what we have here is that we have a warm front or a ridge pushing into our region here as this upper level low is pushing out, this ridge is pushing in. So that's why it's going to be extremely hot on Sunday because this ridge at 500, as you can see right here, from this bulging in the isobars. The ridge is making the upper level, not upper level, but the lower level winds turn south, bringing in the warm air ahead of this low pressure system that's way up in Canada. As you can see, there's the cold front right there. The winds are coming out of the northwest, and this is going all the way up to the south. So these north winds are going to eventually turn west and eventually southwest on Wednesday. Not one, wow. Sometimes when I do live streaming, I speak too fast. It's going to eventually come from the north all the way to the west and then southwest on Sunday. So now that I know what's going on in the current term, how is that going to progress? Like I know already that a cold front is going to close to come through because of this, this low pressure system. But let's say that I don't know what's going to happen. You know, this low pressure system always goes, everything goes west to east generally in the northeast, right? So, in the back of my mind, if I didn't know what was going on, I can say, okay, this low pressure system's got to go somewhere, right? So, this low pressure system right here, let's see where it's going to go. Looks like the way that the upper level flow is going, it looks like this ridge right here is going to keep everything to the north. So, yes, this low pressure system is going to stay way, way up in Canada. And as this low pressure system moves closer to us, it's going to push down the colder air with it from this like little boundary reaching out to the south there. So this system moves out, and by the time Monday afternoon into the evening, that cold front moves through. And then after that, it becomes beautiful, dry weather. Let's progress it a little bit further. I'm just playing, as you know, as I'm doing right now. So enough about the short term. What's going to happen Monday night? Let's look at the European right here. This is windy.com, by the way. You know, before I forget, why don't I go to about, right? How do you go to about? About us. So this is windy.com here. This is technically not my site, so that's why I like to, go to the about section. So let's go to Monday night. We know that cold front is supposed to move through. Let's look at the temperature. Oh no, that's right, because I don't got my bookmarks here. I want dew point. As you can see right here, this model says that by 8 p.m. our time, it says that the cold front hasn't actually moved through yet because the dew point temperatures are still kind of oppresses up to 70 degrees. As I can see that there's no views because it's all flatline. As you can see right there, I dropped no frames, so it's 0% frames. So I'm doing 60 frames per second at 720 with no drop frames. So that's good. So let's see. I see now. I thought when I was looking at the other day, I thought the cold front was supposed to move in the mid to late morning into the early afternoon, but it almost looks like right now that everything's going to be falling on into the afternoon with some thunderstorms possible as the storm moves, the cold front moves through. The front moves through, the winds come from southwest back to northwest, so that means that the dew point temperature should be dropping, right? Yes, indeed. So by the time we get to Tuesday morning, dew point temperatures are going to be comfortable in the low 50s, and the morning low is supposed to be still rather warm, about 58-ish degrees, because remember the front just moved through, so it didn't have time to really cool down as much. So when we get into Tuesday, temperatures are going to be up in the mid and upper 70s, maybe reaching 80 degrees. The cold front has moved through, as you can see, the northwest winds. The relative humidity is going to be comfortable, around 40% in general. The dew point temperatures have dropped as the day progressed, back down to about low 50s. Should be plenty of sunshine throughout the day. Maybe some clouds as the air is still, drying out from the cold front. So it's going to be remaining partly cloudy skies on your Tuesday. It shouldn't get too cloudy. I think it's just going to be cloudy due to the air starting to dry out as the front moves through and the sun comes out, and it didn't completely dry out yet. So there's going to be still some fair weather clouds. As Wednesday comes in, the cold front should be passing. It looks like a high pressure system as the winds are coming from the southwest here to the northwest here, so that's high pressure flow as I'm moving my cursor around. So let's look at the dew point. Dew point temperature is pretty much the same as it was Tuesday morning, around 50. But it should be a bit cooler. Hmm. Oh, not much cooler. The European says it's only going to bottom out about 55, so it's not going to be in the low 50s, which I thought when I was forecasting some of the models were going to say. So it's going to be still comfortable both Tuesday and Wednesday morning. And then when we get into Wednesday, remember this high pressure system that came through? It looks like it's moving offshore and southwest winds are going to prevail again. So temperatures get to about 5 or so degrees warmer than Tuesday. Dew point temperature is still comfortable. Relative humidity is still comfortable. A little bit drier than it was Tuesday. Thank you. It's telling me it's 12:30. And it looks like it's going to be abundant amount of sunshine on Wednesday. And then as we move on to Thursday, it looks like that high pressure system moves offshore over the Gulf Stream. We get plenty enough sunshine and southwesterly flow. Looks like it's going to be partly cloudy that day. I think what's going to happen that day is going to be hot. It looks like it's going to be hot, but not any more humid. It looks like it's just a warmer air mass, but it looks like it's going to be toward 90 on Thursday. But the dew point temperature looks like it's still trekking in the 50s, so the dew point didn't rise. It just got hotter. The relative humidity is really down to 30%, even though it's almost hit 90. That's really dry. So that's a dry heat, so it shouldn't be that bad to handle. And as we progress further, oh, it looks like there's some type of cold front here. It looks like it could be raining up here. You see the temperature differences here? That's 64 and that's like 73 there. So it almost looks like there's a cold front in this general area right here. You can tell how steamy hot. The temperature's near 100 degrees by Friday. Oh boy. Yeah, there is a cold front moving through on Friday. But not on Friday, but it's going to be approaching us. And it looks like the cold front is going to slide through sometime Saturday night into Sunday. And it looks like it's going to linger into Sunday as it's slow to move in. So it looks like it's going to be Saturday night into Sunday, and then pretty much all day Sunday with showers and storms there. When I did my forecasting, I stopped on Friday night because I didn't know when it was going to push in, but it almost looks like it's going to push in on Saturday into Sunday now. I thought it was going to push in on Friday and then get out of here by Saturday, but ooh, it's my computer's telling me that I'm low on battery. I better plug in my laptop before I lose my stream. Hold on a moment now. Before you hear all clunking and stuff, I'm going to mute my mic. Now you may notice that the screen changed color since the last time you saw me. Probably because my computer went into HDR mode. How's the stream health looking? It looks like it's actually smooth. Excellent stream health, huh? Nice. Alright, so what was I doing? I have to back up for a second now. Oh yeah, I want to see what Friday and Saturday's temperature wise is supposed to be. Oh yeah, it is supposed to be near 100 degrees in some places in the urban areas here. But let's see, what's the dew point? The dew point temperature is not overly oppressive. It's just a warm atmosphere. It's not really a tropical atmosphere. I mean, dew points in the 50s and low 60s. It ain't really considered humid. I mean, it is. It's a little uncomfortable, but it ain't oppressive. As we get into Saturday with that cold front that's supposed to move through, see, the dew points are now getting up to 70, but that's when the cold front is pushing through. So we're not going to really have that many hours of dew points being up to 70 because that cold front is going to push it back down. And by Monday, it almost looks like it's going to be back down toward 50 again as that front moves through. West winds blow from Canada. So that's pretty much the whole entire week. But oh, wait a minute, Randy, what are you doing? I don't know. I only looked at one model. So, how can I say that one model is accurate? To be honest, I don't know. So I have to go back in time and look at the GFS. What does the GFS have to say on Friday? The GFS is also saying it should be about in the 90s, but not as warm as the Euro. And the dew point temperatures are pretty much somewhere in the 50s again. Not too oppressively humid, but humid enough. Look at this here. The definitely the GFS or the not Canadian, but the American model says it doesn't supposed to be as hot Saturday as what the European says. Europeans should be saying that due to the showers and thunderstorms, it's still going to be about in the 80s toward 90s in some places. But the GFS is saying that it's supposed to be only in the 70s. Let's see what it's trying to say. Let's back this up. There's that front moving through on Saturday. It's nowhere near as aggressive as the Europeans said. The Europeans said we were going to get slaughtered in a line of thunderstorms and rain, but the GFS is saying, nope, it's not going to happen. We might have a few showers of thunderstorms, but it ain't going to be as bad as what the Euro said. But let's see. This looks like the GFS thinks there's a low pressure system that's going to be sliding along the front in the Midwest. It's going to miss us because of the cold front moving through. But that's not what I thought I saw in the Euro. Go back. Yeah, the orientation of the cold front is completely different. The orientation is that the cold front is like literally hugging along this like little river bank over here from these lakes and stuff. But the GFS has the cold front a little bit more parallel or a little bit more flat. Hmm, that's interesting. Let's just compare some images. Showers and thunderstorms are supposed to be happening between 2 and 8 o'clock, as you can see for the Euro. And then the GFS says everything is already cleared by then on the GFS, and then this piece of energy is going to be moving south of us throughout the day, Sunday into Monday. But the Euro said that we're going to have some action Saturday and even into Sunday afternoon. So those two different models have a way different perspective to what this front is going to do here. So, okay. So to me, as a meteorologist, right, people don't want me to be speaking for a whole entire half an hour, but if I were to forecast and tell someone if I was going to be quick and easy, I would have already said, "Wait a minute, I don't know what's going to happen in this cold front." So what I'm going to do here is look at another site that's going to give me another variable. Let's go to forecast models. Let's get out of here because I know the site by heart. I'm not really a guess. Let's look at the Canadian model. And the Canadian model ain't even developed. I mean, it is, but it's not going to get me all the way throughout the week, right? Nope. So let's see. The Canadian is saying, okay, this front moves in sometime on Saturday morning into the afternoon, and then it pushes all the way through. So Sunday, it's pretty much gone. So my idea is that the front is supposed to push through sometime Saturday and then just push offshore. So by Sunday, we don't have to deal with it. Let's look at the GFS once again. There's the front moving through, scattered showers and thunderstorms, and then it moves out on Sunday, but the GFS says it lingers on Sunday on this model. That's right, because it said it's supposed to slide south of us. I see. So this model, as it's not giving me the right model run, is saying that the front is supposed to move through and then get out of here. But if you look at the GFS in the European, as it's giving me another model. That's one thing about this site I don't like. It doesn't choose the model that has the hour that you select as you change between models. It doesn't remember that, and then it goes to the current model, which I don't like, and then it tells me, oh, that model doesn't go out that far. I have to always keep doing more work to get to where I want to be. That's just one of the site things I don't like. So the European said, okay, the front moves through and then lingers into Sunday. So here's the thing I just learned. I just learned that the Canadian is saying that the front should move through and get out of here. But I think this front is going to linger into Sunday morning and then into the afternoon as it's slow to move out. So it looks like most of Saturday afternoon until at least Sunday morning into the early afternoon, that 24-hour period, I think then is supposed to be unsettled with showers and thunderstorms as the front just slowly moves across the region. So I already kind of forecasted all the way up to Sunday, and today's Saturday, so that's like 8 days out. So technically, right now, I should be good forecasting for a while because I just did 8 days out. Basically, I started with the current conditions and tried to extend that out to the next few days and tried to get a little bit consistency 5 to 7 days out to see if I know what was going to happen. Okay, I think I'm pretty good on rambling for a half an hour. I think that was a good stream. Now, if I go here, I can black out my screen again. Should I do this next? Let's listen to myself for the last 2 minutes and see how I sounded. Not giving me the right model run. It's saying that the front is supposed to move through, and then get out of here. But if you look at the GFS in the European, as it's giving me another model. That's one thing about this site I don't like. It doesn't choose the model that has the hour that you select as you change between models. It doesn't remember that, and then it goes to the current model, which I don't like, and then it tells me, oh, that model doesn't go out that far. I have to always keep doing more work to get to where I want to be. That's just one of the site things I don't like. So the European said, okay, the front moves through and then lingers into Sunday. So here's the thing I just learned. I just learned that the Canadian is saying that the front should move through and get out of here. But I think this front is going to linger into Sunday morning and then into the afternoon as it's slow to move out. So it looks like most of Saturday afternoon until at least Sunday morning into the early afternoon, that 24-hour period, I think then I have to say that's a pretty good stream. I can hear myself very clearly, but the problem is sometimes when I speak too fast and stumble, and my mouth gets too foamy and salivary. So sometimes my speech feels mumbled. I have to remember that I have a distorted jaw due to my treatment when I was a kid, so I gotta remember to speak slowly. But when I have a lot on my mind and I know what I want to say, I don't want to ever speak slowly. So I gotta work with that. I definitely do have to work with that. But I think that everything looked good there, but the 720p resolution was a bit blurry. I didn't really like how blurry and grainy it looked. I may just come back and see if I can do 1080p 60 frames per second and see if I can clear up some of that. Okay, yeah, oh yeah, okay. I never thought of doing that. Let's go back to my stream. Let's see. Is some of the logical streams again.